Good afternoon. I am going to be doing a lesson of connecting fractions to division. The standard is 5.NF.3, number and operations with fractions. Our fifth grade essential question is, how does a fraction represent division? And to make a connection, a fraction can be written as a division problem. We can have 3 over 4 equals 3 divided by 4, or as an improper fraction, 12 over 2 is also equal to 12 divided by 2. Our problem: there are 3 students in a crafts class and 2 sheets of construction paper for them to share equally. What part of the construction paper will each student get? Now, we want to remember that while we have word problems, we need to underline and highlight any of the information we will be using. So first, the question that we are looking for is, what part of construction paper will each student get? Now, there's some key words in this word problem and some numbers that we want to make sure we include. Our first number is that there are 3 students. And we have also 2 sheets of construction paper. So we know that our known is that there are 3 students and there's only 2 sheets of construction paper for this class. And these 2 sheets of construction paper have to be shared equally amongst the 3 students. So we want to make sure we highlight shared equally. And now when we see this share equally word, equally, we see that this is a division problem. So part of our instructions are to draw lines to divide each piece of paper into 3 equal pieces. Now for this lesson, I actually have 2 pieces of paper. Now, later on in the lesson, we'll be able to draw our rectangles for paper or our circles for pizza or whatever it may be that we want to represent in our model. But for right now, I will be sharing I will be drawing lines on 2 pieces of paper, 3 lines equally. So I have 2 pieces of paper. And with these 2 pieces of paper, I've already folded them into thirds to make them somewhat equal. I am human. I can only do so much. But here we go. I'm going to draw one line on this piece of paper. This is my construction paper. And now I have 3 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and do that on this piece of paper as well. 3 equal pieces. They don't have to be big pieces of paper. They can be even half this size. So now I have 3 equal pieces of paper here. So now our question is, I want to fill in this sentence. Each student's share of 1 sheet of construction paper is. Now, if I have markers or if I have colored pencils or something like that, you can do different colors. I'm just going to label them because that's a lot of coloring to do. So I'm going to put student number 1, student 2, and let's use pink. Student number 3. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the next sheet of paper in just a minute. So if I were to count, the number of thirds each student will get, since there are 2 sheets of construction paper, each student will get 2 of the blank, or 2 times blank. Think about what that might be. I have 1 sheet of construction paper. Let's label the second sheet of construction paper student 1, student 2. We can easily color these again, guys, but I'm not going to color them. Student 3. So count the number of thirds each student will get. Since there are 2 sheets of construction paper, each student will get 2 of the, how many pieces are we broken into for each piece of paper? We are broken into thirds. So let's write that in orange. 2 of the thirds, or 2 times, because we have 2 pieces of paper, and since each piece of paper is broken up into 1/3, it'd be 2 times 1/3. So we have 1/3 here and 1/3 here. Student 2 will get 1/3 here and also 1/3 here. Student 3 will get 1/3 here and 1/3 here. So each student will get 2 times 1/3. Now let's complete this sentence. 2 divided by 3. We use 2 divided by 3 because we have 2 pieces of paper divided by 3 students. So our sentence would be 2 divided by 3. And if we wanted to turn this into a fraction to represent our division problem, it would look like this. 2 divided by, stop rolling, 3. This number represents our dividend. This number represents our divisor. And whatever that equals is our quotient. Let's put in baby blue. The quotient is the answer. So since the quotient times the divisor equals a dividend, the quotient is correct. Let's see what that means. So since 2/3 is our answer, times the divisor. From my last page, my divisor is 3. My divisor is 3. The denominator is always the divisor. Quotient times the divisor equals the dividend. My dividend is 2, which is also our numerator. We can see just from this sentence that this is multiplication and this is division. It's related. So each student will get blank of a sheet of construction paper. Each student will get 2/3 of construction paper because I have 1/3 here and I have 1/3 here, which is 2/3. So now that I've had something concrete to look at, I have 2 pieces of paper. Let's see how we would do that drawing a model. Instead of using pieces of paper or fraction strips, let's, with our next problem, see how we can do that. Do the same problem, drawing out our problem. Get a whiteboard marker, whiteboard markers, so we can see everything. So our next problem. 4 friends share 6 sheets of poster board. 4 friends share 6 sheets of poster board. How many sheets of poster board does each friend get? How many sheets of poster board does each friend get? Four friends share 6 sheets of poster board. Sorry, I forgot that word. Equally, how many sheets of poster board? So again, let's highlight some numbers. We have 4 friends. We have 6 sheets that are going to be shared equally. I'm just going to put an arrow in there. Now, how would I draw this out? What are we going to share? We are going to share poster board. So how many am I going to share? I'm going to share 6. So I'm going to draw 6 pieces of poster board. I don't know where that there's going. 1. I don't like it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 sheets. Now, because I don't have paper, I'm just going to draw my lines. With my lines, I need to split each one of these pieces of paper up by 4 friends. So I'm going to draw lines to make 4 equal pieces of each sheet. So if I split in half, I have 2 pieces. And if I cut that one piece on the left side in half, I have 2 pieces. And I cut one on the right in half, I have 4 pieces. So I'm going to do that on each one of these. I'm just making 4. Well, trying to make 4 equal pieces. Now I have 4 equal pieces, 1 piece for each friend in 6 sheets. So each friend's share of 1 sheet, each friend gets 1 piece. Let's see, I have each friend gets 1 piece. I'm going to use 4 different colors. 2, 3, 4. Cool. So each friend's share of 1 sheet is 1 part out of 4 total. So if I have 1 part out of 4 total, that is 1/4. Each one gets 1/4. 1 part out of 4 total. Each friend gets 1/4. Each friend's share of 1 sheet is 1/4. So now if I go and I color code everything, I'm just going to color code, and I'm coloring 1 piece on each piece of paper. 1 piece on each piece of paper. You guys don't have to color it all together and make it look super duper pretty. If you want to, you can. 1 piece on each sheet. And purple was my last one. 1 piece on each sheet. How many fourths does each friend get? Since there are 6 sheets of poster board, each friend will get how many pieces? Each friend will get how many pieces? If I just count all the red ones, all the red is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each friend will have 6 pieces of fourths. 6 pieces of fourths. Wow. Because each one of these is cut up into 4 pieces. 6 pieces of fourths. Well, what does that look like in a fraction? If I have 6 pieces of fourths, what does that look like in a fraction? 6 pieces of fourths looks like this. Six pieces of fourths. Now, if we were to write this as an improper fraction, or write it in simplest form as a mixed fraction, this is an improper fraction right now, but if we were to write that as a mixed fraction, remember that this number is the dividend This number is the divisor, and we would just use that as a division problem. So we have 6 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 one time, and it's standard division. To turn this into a fraction, we take this whole number and we use that as our whole number. Our remainder is now our numerator, and our divisor is always on the bottom. It always stays the same. Now 2/4 in simplest form is 1/2. And we learned that, we know that from our model. If I take 2 and shade 2 pieces of 4 pieces, we will have 1/2. So my mixed number is 1 and 1/2. So each student will get 1 whole sheet and 1/2 of a sheet. Each friend, because we have 4 friends. Now to practice this a little further, I have a game that we would play. And this is the game that we would play on Splash Learn, Splash Math. Let him load up a little bit. So 1/2 into 6 equal parts is 1/2 into 5 equal parts. I have 1 whole, which is split into 2 halves. Now I have to split that 1/2 into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I have 10. So I have 1/10. One, 2, 3, 4. But I have 8 total pieces here and 1 that's only shaded. I have 1/8. One third into 2 equal parts, but I have 3/3 here, but I only need 1/3. So if I were to divide 1/2 into 2 equal parts and do that on each section, I would have 1/6.